We first met Pro Renewables at the Cumberland show. We'd been introduced to biomass previously by another supplier, but I felt that he didn't really answer the questions that I was asking. So we went to the Cumberland show and there was a number of trade stands there, Pro Renewables being one. The same thing applied to the other installers that we'd been to. We'd been around a number of places, asked questions, everybody seemed to fluff around the answers, but I didn't really get the feeling that they knew what they were talking about. Richard was different. I felt confident with him, and I knew that when I was asking him questions, the answers I was getting back, I thought, yep, you actually know what you're talking about. He had a spreadsheet which the others didn't, and he could demonstrate the costs, the RHI, the repayments. So I felt that what he was telling me was right, and he was able to back it up with the spreadsheets and the information he had in front of him.
When my wife and I bought this property last year, there's no mains gas in this area. Therefore, we had to decide what future energy we were going to use. Did we go down the oil route? The property used to be supplied on oil. Or do we go down one of the new technology routes? We talked to our builder, and he recommended that we speak to Richard Jardine of Pro Renewables, which we did, and eventually Richard supplied a quotation to us. It was difficult to understand because of the terminology involved, but Richard came to our home, explained it all, and I think that we decided that this is the best route to go.
The system we have, it's an AVC Propel 100, it's a 100 kilowatt biomass boiler. It provides sufficient heat to do three houses that we have. We have Churnsyke Lodge, we have the bothy at Churnsyke and the barn. We needed something that was going to be able to heat all three, and the system that Richard proposed is capable of doing that. It's purely biomass, it doesn't burn logs or anything like that. We have two large hoppers that get filled up 12 tonne at a time, and that's sufficient to keep us going. We do that about 3 times a year, and that provides sufficient heat for all the properties.
We chose to go green because it suited the situation that we're in, and looked to be the best solution for heating this property for the next 20 years or so. Technologies we've had installed are photovoltaic panels, which are generating electricity, and a heat pump, which is generating hot water for central heating, both upstairs and downstairs. And in addition to that, we've had a device fitted which will utilise surplus electricity generated by the panels for domestic hot water through the immersion heater.
It's vastly reduced our energy costs because with the RHI scheme we're fortunate to have the 3 properties that we need to heat, so we're able to get onto the RHI, and with careful management of the funds we're able to support the finance repayments and the cost of the pellets as well. So really it's vastly reduced what our input would be into heating the properties.
Very impressed with Pro Renewables. They are committed and very hard working. Richard and his team have been here late at night on occasions, and if there's been an issue, it's only a phone call or an email away, and I'm quite satisfied that we'll get the service from Pro Renewables.